then if you want to revise this entire ordinance, you have to do that with any additions and deletions.
Okay, but then if it's already, if the ordinance is already established, the sign, it's only the sign that's disappeared, and
Just
it
replace
should
it.
go back up.
Right, we will do that. Like I said, we have to inventory, but again, this was not just the only location. So I thought somebody was recommending new location.
Well, that one's
If that's the only
already
one,
talking about, I
then,
thought.
No, I have a recommendation.
okay.
On Reading and Autumn, Reading is the through street. It is not a four-way stop at Autumn, right before you go across to the bridge to get to Vinecrest, which is a four-way stop.
No, it's not.
At Vinecrest it is. Vinecrest
It's a freeway
and,
stop.
and Reading.
Because it says a three-way,
Yeah.
because it
Freeway
goes
stop.
into that
Cul-de-sac,
cul-de-sac.
yes. But you have to stop both places.
Yes.
But at Reading, they come straight through, and on Autumn, you stop, and if you don't realize there's not a stop sign at Reading,
You were
you
in,
can get whacked.
Well, it sounds like people need to pay attention when they drive.
Well, yes, I do. I use that intersection a lot, and, you know, they tend to zip right through that intersection.
So for the stop, for that list, that we need to go back over and go to each stop sign and see if it's still there. I know Public Works has a lot going on, so, could it possibly the police department or something assist, or the fire, can you assist, and maybe everybody split the list up, or?
We'd be more than willing to help him. We've already discussed it before you brought
but
it.
basically,
Okay.
it just needs to audit the list very.
I know everybody's busy.
And it was actually, the police department in our staff meeting the other day said they would take the task force because you got different times of the day the shifts are out, so they can handle that because Public Works has 4 guys right now.
Right. Thank you.
We need some more bodies.
So I see, one of the things that's really not clear, and again, because this is so old, so the area you mentioned, that Autumn and Reading, it's on here,
But
but
it's
it
a-
doesn't tell you like.
No, it says
there are-
that Reading is the through street, and Autumn is the cross street.
Okay, so you want to see it the opposite way
I
also?
want to see a four-way stop.
Okay.
Yes.
Two-way.
No, four-way.
Four-way.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Just two little poles with a sign, that's all.
That takes some work.
I know.
It's money we don't have.
And money.
I'll buy the signs.
Any designs, everything's there.
Is that the only areas that you all wanted us to look at?
I'd like to go look at Fred Hayes at Ben Zimmerman, on Ben Zimmerman. We now have a racetrack. We have a
Yes.
brand new racetrack. Trust me, I live on it.
Yeah, see, that's why I was telling you all that one stop sign was on Swan Lane, you just stopped.
That's right, you're right. But yeah, I'd like you to,
It doesn't matter what it said, it tells me where it was at.
Well, then also, since, just suggestions up here, but I feel that also possibly, police, fire, and Director Ives, they're driving the streets, we're driving the streets every day too, but they're really driving the streets every day, so they might have a suggestion. So if you have a suggestion, that you forward that to Monique.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Monique, what about Gaiety and Cinderella?
So look, I'm sorry, I'll answer that, but then I'm looking at this last page on here, and it had on here, and it doesn't have the year, that there was a note in here to remove the sign at the intersection of Swan Lane and Telegraph.
really?
Yep, it does, last page.
So that was done, obviously, that's why it was taken, so that answered that
Does it have an
question.
ordinance?
That it was on Swan Lane.
Yeah, this is a different one, so each schedule was attached to like the different ordinances through the year, so that's the most current one.
So somebody, I
Not
can't
somebody,
believe that.
council.
Are you serious?
That's what it says.
You removed your own stop sign, Mike.
There's no way. Fred Hayes ain't gonna do that.
Now going back, I'm sorry, you said Gaiety and.
Cinderella.
Gaiety and Cinderella, delete the intersection of Gaiety Lane and Cinderella as a stop intersection.
Look at that.
Here.
Yeah, that one
We need
clearly
to
needs to
reverse
go
that.
back. Yeah.
You know, I thought that was just removed when it fits the street, the sign just disappeared. Shows you how sharp I am.
As a tap, right, buddy? Okay, is there any more discussion on this issue?
So we're gonna get it verified first. because
Yes.
And suggestions from, police, fire, and, Director Ives, because, I think that's more efficient because they actually drive. We can almost every street, probably every day.
And we can also monitor where we've been having accidents and things
Yes.
like that, and that would give a better idea of where we might need some traffic control.
There you go.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay, all right, that takes care of that. Moving on to 9K, possible discussion and action on city council member packets printing and distribution.
Now, Mayor, we missed, Jay.
Yes.
Yes, Jim.
Those are-
You know, that, I really wanted to skip it because it's a really sore thumb.
That's a
in
Freudian
my-
slip.
you know,
But we have some
it's
guests
not a
here.
Freudian slip, it's a thorn in my side. But we'll go back to it. 9J, discussion and possible action on entering into an agreement for the city of Kirby EMS billing services.
Chief Hillary, you wanted to start off on that one for us?
Sure.
Tell them how we got to this point.
Good evening, council and mayor, once again. I'm not sure of the year exactly, trying to do some research on that. The city of Kirby used to do their own EMS billing and was charging $300 per call. No matter what was used, no matter what was done, as long as it was a transport, it was $300 per call. Some point, right after I started, about 2008, 2009, I want to say the city of Kirby entered into a contract with Specialized Billing out of Houston, Texas. At that time, they went from basically billing 10 items that the city of Kirby was doing for the $300 per call to billing 125 items, supplies, drugs, and mileage for EMS billing. We've been with Specialized Billing since that first initial contract. And I know our EMS contract is coming up June 30th of 21. I've invited Ms. Carrillo with Ambulance Billing Services, who provided a contract for y'all as well as a bid, and then Specialized Billing has also submitted a contract / bid as well. I've reached out to a third company. They have, still as of right now, they have yet to provide a bid or any information from that service. They were based out of Dallas. I have reached out to a couple of other fire agencies that they said that they kind of use different billing services. Some are happy with them, some are not. But not enough time to get the bids from them. However, with our current contract expiring at the end of the month.
Okay, what happens if we let it expire?
It'll continue, on
On the side.
Okay, and okay, never mind, I got it. How long will it take you to get other bids?
Depends on how fast the other companies respond to me. Like I started, I want to say, almost 3 weeks ago, when I took over the position. I reached out to her company, I reached out to QuickMed out of Dallas, and the other ones that have not even replied back.
How many times have you called them?
I called twice and sent like several emails.
Is this like a local company?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir, we are.
And this is our current company.
No,
Yes.
she's here for another company.
Okay.
And the Specialized Billing would take on that.
Are we having problems with our current company?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Are you happy with what you have?
Right.
I am, the rate is currently 11%,
Right?
and they only bill EMS calls, not fire calls, or automobile accidents, excuse me. However, they also help with the ambulance cost reporting. We go every year to this federal grant that the state of Texas allows for non-payment issues. Every time the ambulance rolls, say to a motor vehicle accident, there's no patient, that's funds that can't be collected, we get reimbursed back for that. They help us with that at a cost, of course. And actually, like right now, the Karen with specialized billing is working on some of that cost reporting through the state right now. They're asking for more information. Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask what the ambulance supplemental payment program is?
That's the federal grant. The state of Texas gets X amount of federal funds from it, and depending on how many agencies apply for it, depends on how much funds you get for the individuals that are not able to pay.
Okay, so on the specialized billing, I was reading through the thing, they get 11% of whatever they bill, plus they get 14% from that.
Yes.
Okay, well, compared to ABS, which is 5% on the first year, 7% for years 2 through 5, but then you didn't have an amount for the ambulance supplementary payment program.
Speak to that.
The percentage.
It's 14?
7.
7?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's 7 plus 7 in the second year.
Step up there. No, not 7 plus, 7.
Well, no, they already get 7% of whatever they bill, plus they get.
Yes, ma'am.
So-
So it would be
so-
7%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, that was a number I was looking for.
Yeah. So exactly half.
Yes, it is half.
Can you talk to us about the software though, how that works?
Yes.
Billing software, okay.
The billing software that we use,
Yes,
Step
ma'am.
up to the
Yes.
full piece.
Go ahead.
There you go.
the
Thank
billing
you.
software that we use is called Office Ally. And it is a program that's used across the board for any kind of medical billing. So, as for Mr. Pilgrim here, Chief Pilgrim, what we do is that we give him access to the system so that he can be able to review all the information that he's giving us on a daily basis. So if he has any questions according to what we build, maybe we made an error, because we are human, we do make errors. If we made an error, then we correct it, and we go ahead and send it out to whoever needs to be, a letter stating that we did make an error, and we have corrected it, and so on. Billing charges, adjustments, payments, denials, anything that there's a question, he can review the system, he can call me, we can go ahead and review it with him he needs it. Mr. Hilbert is not the only one that can access, he